Hey there, Finlos with 5-Minute Mics, and I apologize if you hear some thunder crackling in the background. We are in the middle of a thunderstorm here, but the show must go on. And today I have a special treat for you. I'm going to be doing a comparison between some of my ribbon microphones. And as a collector, I've always been really interested in the history of microphones, and that is closely tied with the development of ribbons. And they are sometimes hard to use because of the quality of sound that they produce. It is rich, it is warm, it is smooth. The better quality microphones have full extension into the high ends. They have a deep and resonant low end, but the figure of 8 polar pattern that is often associated with ribbon microphones sometimes makes their use case limited. They need to be very closely controlled because of the sensitivity of the ribbons themselves, and so they have a little bit of reputation for being harder to work with. But it is impossible to deny that they produce some of the best sounds as far as microphones go, especially when they are the higher quality and, of course, more expensive models of microphones that you can get with ribbons. So today I'm going to be sharing 5 microphones with you. The one that you're hearing right now is the Oktava ML-19, the ML-19. This is obviously an out-of-production microphone. This one was made in 1983, but it is probably my favorite microphone in my collection. And so I thought it would be fitting to use it as both the intro and outro microphone, but also just to give you sort of a baseline for what I think the better quality ribbon microphones can sound like. I think this microphone, the ML-19, sounds actually a lot like the Beyerdynamic M160 in that it has a very flat frequency response, especially compared to most ribbon microphones, which tend to be much more heavy on the low end. This one is a lot more balanced. So this is the ML-19. I'm going to do a quick reading sample for each of the microphones, and then after that I'll transition to the next microphone. What cares the rose if the buds which are its pride be plucked for the breast of the dead or the hands of a bride? The mother drift of its pebbles be dull inglorious things, or diamonds fit to shine from the diadems of kings. Sing, O poet, the moods of thy moments each, perfect to thee whatever the meaning it reach. Let the years find if it be as a soulless stone, or under the words which hide there by a glory alone. This is the SE Electronics VooDoo VR1, the passive model. The VR2 is the active model. So if you are using the VR1, you might want to use a preamp or mic activator like a Cloud Lifter or SE's Dynamite activator, just to give you a little bit more signal. Otherwise, you're going to have to crank it up pretty high like I am right now, and you might get a little bit more room noise than you're looking for. Also, I'm definitely using a pop filter in front of this to sort of avoid the plosives, but you'll see that like most ribbon microphones, it has a nice rich sound, a very pleasing low end, and some really nice extension into the high end. Better than most ribbon microphones, especially at this price point. And for our reading comparison, what cares the rose if the buds which are its pride be plucked for the breast of the dead or the hands of a bride? The mother drift, if its pebbles be dull inglorious things, or diamonds fit to shine from the diadems of kings. Sing, O poet, the moods of thy moments each, perfect to thee whatever the meaning it reach. Let the years find if it be as a soulless stone, or under the words which hide there be a glory alone. This is the SE VooDoo VR1. And now we have the Oktava ML-52, which has been branded as the Electro-Harmonix EH-R1. Same microphone, different brand. This one is an interesting microphone. I think it offers a really, really great sound. It is definitely one of the more bass heavy of the mics that you're going to be hearing in this sampler, but it still offers a very nice crisp high end. It's definitely full body, definitely very thick. But what really stands out about this one, other than that plosive problem, is the design of the microphone itself. It is a gorgeous microphone, and I know that Oktava's designs kind of they're not to everybody's flavor, but I love the, I don't know, it kind of looks like a gothic bell. It just is a beautiful microphone. I think it does make up for any sort of shortcomings in aesthetic by just offering you a very pleasing, very buttery smooth, rich quality sound. This one I think would be better for instruments than for voice, but I do love this microphone. And your reading comparison? What cares the rose if the buds which are its pride be plucked for the breast of the dead or the hands of a bride? The mother drift, if its pebbles be dull and glorious things, or diamonds fit to shine from the diadems of kings. Sing, O poet, the moods of thy moments, each perfect to thee, whatever the meaning it reach. Let the years find if it be as a soulless stone, or under the words which hide there be a glory alone. Finally is the Coles 4104 commentator microphone, and this is probably the most interesting of the bunch as far as how we use it, because it is literally right up to my face. This is a handheld ribbon microphone, but it is designed to be pressed directly up to my lips, so that way the combination of proximity effect and the closeness of the sound source can, in combination with the design of the microphone, cancel out most ambient noise. So this is really mostly used for news reporters, sports commentators, and things of that nature where there's going to be a lot of loud audience or ambient noise, or maybe in industrial uses where loud announcements need to be made amongst the sound of machinery. So this is an interesting use, and despite its very interesting design and form factor and intent for use, it still offers an amazingly smooth sound because of that ribbon inside. Now, I think the only downside to this microphone is because it is so close to my mouth, you get a lot of the noise, this sort of white rustle. This is not a typical sibilance. It's not your common plosive issue, which this doesn't have a problem with. It is a noise. So it is still a really cool microphone. I am happy to own it. I wanted this one just because it's such an interesting design. And while I'm not sure if it's the best for voiceover or podcast usage, I think I'm still going to use it just because I think it's a whole lot of fun to use. And now for our reading comparison. What cares the rose if the buds which are its pride be plucked for the breast of the dead or the hands of a bride? The mother drift, if its pebbles be dull and glorious things, or diamonds fit to shine from the diadems of kings. Sing, O poet, the moods of thy moments each perfect to thee, whatever the meaning it reach. Let the years find if it be a soulless stone, or under the words which hide there be a glory alone. This is the Coles 4104. This is the AEA KU5A, and this mic is just a treat to use. It looks gorgeous, it sounds gorgeous, and it is so smooth. And what I particularly love about using this microphone is that it can achieve that smooth tone, but still have the high frequencies present in such a way that they are not sibilant. And it's super easy to use because of that supercardioid polar pattern, where ribbon microphones traditionally are the figure of 8 pattern with the equal pickup on the back and the front, so you get a lot of reflections if you're not careful. With the supercardioid, this one makes it a lot easier to use in a podcasting or voiceover situation. And then you get the added versatility of having the high pass filter, which gives you a slightly different tone. It allows you to get a little bit closer to the mic. It still sounds just as smooth though. And so this is just an absolutely amazing, versatile, easy to use, gorgeous microphone. And it's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And just to give you a quick reading sample, what cares the rose if the buds which are its pride be plucked for the breast of the dead or the hands of a bride? The mother drift, if its pebbles be dull and glorious things, or diamonds fit to shine from the diadems of kings. Sing, O poet, the moods of thy moments, each perfect to thee, whatever the meaning it reach. Let the years find if it be as a soulless stone, or under the words which hide there by a glory alone. Ooh, that weather is really picking up out there, but now I'm back with the ML-19 to wrap up this video. You can check out my affiliate links to purchase many of the microphones on this list, probably not the ML-19, although you can find your own on Reverb or most of the other instrument sites for a fairly reasonable price. Just be careful where you're buying from. And I always recommend trying to find pre-owned equipment first, even if it's the new stuff. Check me out with this and all my other microphones on the Finlos Lives podcast at finloslives.com. I'd love to hear what you thought about this, the ML-19, the SE Electronics VR1, the AEA KU5A, the Oktava ML-52, the Coles 4104, or any other ribbon mics that you're curious about. Sorry, this video is a little bit longer than usual. It's kind of stepping outside of that whole 5-minute thing, but I thought it would be fun. If you appreciate this content, please be sure to like and subscribe. Be kind to your voice.